Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon really hammer this home, but Stephanie says, we haven't been listening to the audience, but this is in a completely kayfabe perspective. And I saw you took exception to that, but when I see them do that, I'm like, that's the way they have to go. If that's their way of saying, we get it, we realize, we understand, but they blame it on Baron Corbin, I'm okay with that, because you don't want those 9-year-olds in the crowd saying, Dad, what the hell are they talking about? Storyline writers? What's a storyline writer?
Right. And I don't need them to do that. The problem I have with it is that they conveniently forgot that Stephanie put Baron in charge and told him to do a bunch of the stuff. It was she that fired Kurt Angle, at least sent him on vacation. Baron was just there as like the constable for a while. Then she promoted him to interim general manager. It was her doing. She did it. Everything that Baron did, he did at the behest of Stephanie McMahon. So for her to come out and be like, it's all Baron's fault, that crazy guy doing crazy stuff, I certainly didn't think that was very good. That's just a lie. You're lying to us.
Triple H looks in good spirits after his surgery last month, but in a kayfabe perspective, you had 4 characters who have traditionally on WWE programming been politic crazy, starved for attention, and valued themselves over others as authority figures and just wrestlers oftentimes.
Yeah.
All of these people have won championships via selfish, nefarious methods. True. All of them.
Yes.
And they're saying, no more. The tyranny is over. And I'm thinking, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up now.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of a dictator to compare them to that perhaps was just a little evil, not like super genocide, just a little bit evil.
Right. No,
you can't just do that.
There used to be, a lot of, what they used to call benevolent despots that ruled their country with an iron fist, but weren't like commit genocide or anything. They were just like absolutely firmly in control. No one questioned their authority. And, that was it. There wasn't anything else to it. They weren't rounding up people and putting them in camps. They were just, firmly in control, and there was no Congress to checks and balances. That's what these people are.
Shane says the same thing about SmackDown Live, and I'm thinking, hold up, homeboy. Just because you haven't been around on SmackDown Live doesn't mean we haven't. It's been an okay show. Paige, I tweeted to somebody, has been probably the most consistent WWE character in years.
Yeah.
It's weird.
This is weird. This is something that I tweeted out that on a classic episode of The Simpsons. Homer says that alcohol is the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. And that's what the authority is in WWE. They are the cause of, and they present themselves as the solution to all of WWE's problems. You can't, I think it's fine. They can present it in kayfabe. Oh, it's all Baron Corbin's fault. He was in charge of all of this terrible stuff. But anyone with a brain who's been watching the product should know, no, he's just playing a role that you saddled him with. It's your fault this is like this. So I'm really not talking hey, how dare you guys present this to me? I'm really saying to Sacramento, guys, Baron's just doing his job, man. They gave him a script and he performed the character. Why are it felt like they were not, we were having our intelligence actively insulted, and they just went with it. And it felt like you guys could have, been smarter about it.
Baron Corbin comes out to giant boos and an abrupt commercial, just bam, 10-minute mark.
Yeah, it was weird. I think the problem is, I didn't feel like they had less commercial breaks over the course of the night. And they had to smash one in here now because we're not going to be able to use one later. Even the gauntlet match at the end had lots of commercials in it. So I don't know. It's a new era and a fresh start. Maybe that means more ad breaks.
This was abrupt, just almost rude in its abruptness.
Yeah.
But apparently they kept the Baron Corbin tries to talk and gets booed thing going through the commercial, and good for them. They had to do some house show related stuff, but This continues even longer than they expected. And everybody was kind of freestyling in the ring about it. Corbin isn't happy. He says what happened to him last night wasn't fair, and it wasn't something he was prepared for. And I'm thinking, you know what Raw needs? More of these 20-minute talking segments that I loved so much in 2003.
Yeah. Listen, this whole thing comes down to, listen, we haven't been paying attention to what our audience wants. And now you are the authority. What you want, that's what we're going to give you. So they think we want this.
Yeah.
20 minutes of talking segments, rematches from last night's pay-per-view, the same stuff we've seen over and over and over again.
Hey, we didn't technically have a rematch from last night's pay-per-view.
Well, not necessarily a technically rematch, but like rehashes of stuff that happened last night. Also, no mention of the fact that we have an absentee champion on Raw. Yeah. Like, if this is a new era and you're really doing what the fans want, there's no way Brock can walk out of the Royal Rumble with the title.
They bring up absentee management, and I'm thinking, homeboy, Shane was absentee management.
Yeah.
He wasn't there for a long time, to the point that I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Didn't even remember the man existed. What? Okay, so let's go ahead and expand here. Baron Corbin gets put into a match where his general managership is put on the line. I'm okay with that. Now, before we talk about that, I want to talk about this promo. Now, I'm okay with this promo going 20 minutes because the crowd was there and they were into it, and the crowd was all about these four people letting Baron Corbin have it. I'm cool with it. I had argued on the Listen Ya Boy, and maybe even our podcast, Alex, that WWE is in a position not to where I think they have to, but where they really should become not a babyface territory, but a listen to the crowd territory.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to point to this fabled casual fan as if there are some pocket of casual fans who will watch once every month or so that directly hate the thing that the actual paying customer does.
Right.
You know what I like? People who pay. That's what I like.
I think it's weird that the casual fan is actually, like, people use that, but what they mean is people who loved wrestling in 1998 and think it should be that way now. And like, well, that's not casual.
You know what I liked in 1996? Fucking Power Rangers, man. I was a fan. I'm not watching it no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. The Simpsons. I'm not tuning into that no matter what. Sometimes you grow out of stuff.
Yeah.
The Simpsons could tell me that I am on an episode next week and I still might not tune into it.
Right.
It's just the way it is. People grow out of stuff. And the idea that there is this mythical casual fan that would be like, would tune in and en masse say, wow, I know all those people in this live crowd like this, but screw it. There are going to be some people that do that because human beings are individuals and they think individually, and entertainment is subjective. But I am not with this idea that it's like that a casual fan is going to tune in and be like, oh man, the Ascension. Wow, they're great. and the hardcore fan doesn't agree with them. I think that honestly, it would, by and large, probably to the tune of about 70 to 80%, have some major crossover with what the people who show up to that show, the people who tune into that show, the people who watch this show, the people who buy merchandise, what they like as well. I think that is an accurate reflection, and those people are spending money.